Okay, cool. All right. I'm just going to get started since I only see one viewer, but I'm sure other people are viewing. I just can't see them. So, okay, welcome to the Bring. They were having problems getting on. Well, people say they're on, I think. So I'm just going to keep going. So, welcome to the Bring to Bling. Bling the bling, bring on the bling, bring the bling. Week 3 team group call. My name is Anita Miron, and I'll be leading tonight's training session. I am a mom of one 3-year-old. You will hear her in the background because, like many other Beachbody coaches, I often operate my business with her hanging from my arm, leg. I have a sticker on me, yelling in the background. So it's just how we roll around here. But I have a 3-year-old, and I'm married to an awesome guy named Eric. And I'm also a 12-star diamond Beachbody coach, and I was an elite top 10 coach for last year. And I am the founder of the team, the Inspire Empire. And I've been a coach in May will be my 3rd year. So tonight I have the privilege of talking to you guys about recruiting quality coaches and building basically a quality pipeline, a way of bringing on quality coaches and challengers and posting in a way that brings on quality coaches and challengers. I have a background in psychology with a focus in organization, which basically means the psychology behind marketing and sales, which is very specific. I got involved in that. I started in mental health and found a love for marketing. I love the psychology behind it. And my daughter knows that I'm on a call, so she's like, now I'm going to be loud. Anyway, so I have a background in the psychology of marketing and relationship building, and basically the psychology behind building an organization. So I'm very, very blessed and lucky to have that as my background. So I understand the psychology behind building a multi-level marketing or a MLM, or more specifically, a Beachbody coaching business, which is so different to any other MLM, any other network marketing companies. It's, as we all know, it's the best out there, and it's just not even comparable to anything else because it's so relationship relationship driven. So I am going to share with you. I'm probably going to go hide in a room because now she's getting epically loud. It's like the witching hour. I tried to use we're moving. We're in the process of moving, so I'm kind of hopping around locations in my home to find quiet and peace and solace, but we'll get it done. All right, so now I'm in my room. So I have had a fun time with Beachbody because I just absolutely love the art of marketing. I love the art of relationship building, and I'm actually an introvert in person. Many of my coaches are shocked when they meet me that I'm not as outgoing and personable as they thought online. I love communicating through written word. I love communicating through the internet. So I just kind of soar through building a business on the internet. I love it. So, and many top Beachbody coaches or coaches who have had success in this business, they'll find that they're introverts too, and they just really thrive on this kind of platform of communication. So since I got started as a Beachbody coach, I have just kind of figured it out. But in the last, I would say, year, I have recruited or brought on to my team, and this is, I imagine this is why I was asked to do this topic, but I've recruited and brought onto my team anywhere between 15 to 45 coaches in a month. So it varies, but I have a very dialed in way of recruiting and bringing on new coaches and challengers. And it is as consistent as anything else in my business. I do the same type of posting, the same exact way of communication. I never get off of this type of schedule in my business. It can seem very boring, very mundane, but I'm going to share with you exactly how I post, also the psychology behind what I do, and hopefully I can enlighten you and give you some tips on building a great team of coaches. So before we go into this, I want you to think clearly about the coach that you want on your team. So when I got started, I was like, oh, I just want to recruit everyone under the sun and work with everybody. But that just doesn't work. That will not help you produce and grow a cohesive, strong, working team of coaches. It just won't, because you're going to bring on a lot of people who don't get you. They don't get Beachbody coaching, and you're not going to have a good communication style with them. And what's going to end up happening is you're going to waste your time talking to somebody who just won't get it, who doesn't connect with you, who doesn't have the desire to truly build this business for the right reasons. So I want you, before we go any further, I want you to think about your type of coach. Who do you want to join your team? So you want to think about your niche market, the niche audience that you want, or the niche type of coach you want to work with. And I'll spell that out for you, because chances are if you're working with Lauren, myself, Micah, Alyssa, Lori, chances are you're probably a woman in your late 20s to early 40s with children, okay? And so chances are your team of coaches that you already have with you are that person, and maybe you just didn't realize it. So you need to think about, okay, so this is the type of person I am. Chances are that's the type of coach I want to work with, because they're more likely to have a relationship connection with me. They're more likely to trust me and want to listen to how I've built my business. I have had some pretty bad experiences recruiting male coaches who were in their 20s. They did not want to take direction or hear advice for building a business from a stay-at-home mom. It just didn't work. And I ended up spinning wheels, spending hours training these coaches, or just like this guy, who ended up quitting. So I'm going to talk to you about how to attract the right people, where to start in this recruiting funnel, I guess you can say, and how to bring these people on your team and show them how to build a business. So let me go ahead and screen share real quick and bring up my PowerPoint presentation. I'm a little thrown off by having to switch rooms. It's like working in a different environment. All of a sudden now my brain is not functioning at its highest capacity, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm working from my bedroom floor at this point. Let me bring up my PowerPoint presentation if I can find it. One second. What would be super comical is if my daughter shut my computer and it didn't save, which has happened before, and it would be very upsetting, but we'll survive. Aha. Aha. Okay, here we go. Screen share. All right, you guys can see that. And we will begin. Okay, so the core foundation of recruiting coaches, I'm going to take you from where it starts all the way to getting a good system down for recruiting. But really, you can't go into these recruiting posts and getting good at recruiting until you get the foundation down of social media, of sharing with people, of getting the word out, of being authentic. So when it comes to recruiting for your team, guys, it starts with you. It starts with your journey and sharing authentically about what basically what Beachbody has to offer on the fitness side, what Beachbody has done for you. Now, you don't necessarily need a before and after photo. I'm not telling you that. I'm showing you what I use, but it starts with you sharing how Beachbody coaching, or Beachbody in general, the fitness side, the clean eating, the products that we have to offer, how that has affected and changed you as an individual. First, before anything else, you must be a product of the product and be proof the product works. And you have to share that with people. That's where it begins. And that has to be forever the underlying message of at least a couple of posts a week on your social media. And let me quickly rewind about social media. You need to remember that you cannot miss a day of posting, because recruiting for most of us, we attract our coaches. I have interviewed and talked to other coaches who are helping me run this group, who are part of this group, other 10-star to 15-star diamond coaches, other top 10 coaches, top 25 coaches, and I've asked them, how do you recruit to prepare for this? And I've heard over and over again, I just attracted the right people. The right people came to me and approached me about what I was sharing on social media. Okay, so like Jeff Hill says, success leaves clues. If you are hearing somebody get named or called out on the national wake-up call consistently over and over and over again for top recruiter, go follow those people's posts and see what they're posting. But it does come down to you and your style of posting and your story. You can most definitely get ideas from other people, but really, it starts with you every day plugging away at posting frequently. You have to post on your personal page, on what other social media platform you use. But if you're newer to this coaching thing, it has to happen on your personal page. It really does, because you've built in trust, you've built in clout, you have a built-in audience. So it has to start there, and has to start at the foundation of you using Shakeology, of you using 21 Day Fix, and always sharing. Even if you've been a coach for 3 years, I still share a Transformation Tuesday, and once I get off this call, to prove it to you guys, I'm going to post my Transformation Tuesday photo and talk about how Beachbody, the fitness side, has changed my life. So most of my coaches, let's move on to the next slide. When I got started, I was a brand new diamond coach. Most of my coaches who joined my team, I would say even today, even to this point, 80% come from what I can offer in my challenge groups. So most of my coaches, especially the ones that are successful, my diamond coaches, wanted to learn how to join my fitness challenge group first. They got on board to my challenge group, and guess what? I offered these people exactly what I promised them: a place to grow in their fitness, have accountability and support in their nutrition, and to help them grow in their fitness and challenge group, and to be there for them and provide accountability. So even if you make a post like this and nobody says anything, you get birds chirping, post it again. Continue to share what you have to offer with a challenge group. There are way too many coaches in this business who stop running challenge groups. Don't ever make that mistake. I've been a coach for almost 3 years, and I will never not run a challenge group every single month for 2 reasons. It's my #1 way to recruit coaches. And number two, I got into this for that reason of helping people change their lives. So I'm not only somebody who talks about the business side of Beachbody coaching, but I am authentic and real about what I promised to offer as a coach. I didn't just get into this business to bring on coaches. I got into this business to change lives. So I will always run a challenge group because it brings me back, all the way back to the first time I got started as a coach, the first month, and why I got started, so that I never forget that I'm in this to change lives and help people. Oh, and then number three, here's a bonus reason. I'm in the trenches, and I'm showing my coaches how it's done, not by just saying so, but by leading by example, by doing what I say, by practicing what I preach. If my coaches are seeing that I'm showing up daily and I'm doing what I tell them to do, they're more likely to follow my lead. If you want to bring on 2 more emeralds in this Bring to Bling group, if you want to achieve the type of success that Lauren, Alyssa, Lori, myself, Micah have all achieved in this business, you have to continue to lead by example and run fitness challenge groups. Too many, even some, I have coaches who have hit Star Diamond who walk away from challenge groups and watch their organization get weaker and weaker and weaker. If you want a strong organization, challenge groups are where it's at. And also doing it consistently. Don't miss a month or here and there. Do it every single month. And so to go even further, no matter what, I always promote on my social media, my Facebook personal page, my like page, and my Instagram, my challenge groups, what I can offer. So I bring on these challengers into my challenge group, and I give them a quality experience. And my challenge groups are not perfect, guys, and they aren't always amazing. And sometimes they fizzle out at 2 weeks, but I give it my best shot and hope that 3 or 4 people or 1 person sees the value in what we do as Beachbody coaches and will want to join. That's your incentive for running a great challenge group, is to help people see the incentive or see the value of what we do as coaches, that we actually change lives, that we actually offer a real solution to a real problem. The reason I have had success in recruiting, and I've had success in helping coaches on my team recruit. I have had a number of coaches get called out on the national wake-up call for top recruiter. The reason being is because I led by example, and they were in one of these challenge groups with me, and they saw the value that I was really doing what I preached, really doing what I said I was sought out to do by helping people get fit and healthy. And they were able to duplicate that and do a challenge group themselves and affect other people and inspire and motivate other people to do the same thing. If you're putting together challenge groups and you're just leaving it, you're hoot-sweeting everything out and walking away, you're leaving success on the table, basically, because you've got to connect with these people who've invested in you as their coach, because you may turn on a light bulb in them. So I recruit 80% of my coaches with promoting challenge groups and bringing them into a challenge group and then talking to them about becoming a coach. And no, my first 5 challenge groups, I did not bring on great coaches or coaches that really wanted to do this or coaches in period. But guess what? The compound effect kicked in. Little behaviors, small behaviors over time. So this, running and hosting the same challenge group over and over again, showing up daily, being there for my challengers, I eventually started to produce successful challengers, people with weight loss stories. I started to share that on my social media. I started to share success stories, before and after pictures of my challengers. And some of those challengers actually ended up becoming coaches. And then other people on my social media saw, okay, Anita is legit doing what she says that she is doing. She's not just out here saying she's helping people get fit and healthy. Now this woman has proof. And now maybe I will want to do this legit business as well. Because sometimes people just don't believe you at first. Let's face it, I'm sure many of you can agree that most people just do not believe you. They see your post about coaching and they see your post about your income and they're like, that's not for me. I can't do that. But then they see the post about how you walked somebody who was 250 pounds through a challenge and helped them get to 150. Then you share that story and they go, wow, Bree is really having fun with this. She's really doing this. She's really a fitness coach and she can help me. I trust that Bree is going to help me build a business and do the same thing. So that's kind of the domino effect of promoting challenge groups every month. I choose 2 weeks out. I promote for 2 weeks. Okay. And then I really focus on those challengers, making sure they have a good experience. And presenting the opportunity to them as we go through the challenge. And then hopefully getting them signed up in time for my new coach training, my Coach Basics group. Okay? So it starts with you, your story. That's how you get people to start noticing you, to get people to start noticing that you have had a transformation. Then you start offering challenge groups. And then they start to see, okay, she's got this challenge group and, maybe I might join. And then other people start to see, okay, she's helping real people. She's getting real results. And I want real results, but I also want to help people too and start a business. So that's kind of the domino effect of this whole challenge group thing. That's how it helps you build a business, a deep, deep, deep organization that you can trust will bring you a great income. So next, you've shared your story on the fitness side. You've shared what you can offer in challenge groups. Now it's time to plant the seed and share authentically about Beachbody coaching and what it has done for you. I talk to my diamonds and my leaders all the time about just putting your story out there and being authentic. Even if you were able to afford to pay for your car payment, even if it was just you were able to buy a new blender or you were able to take your family out to dinner, find inspiration in everything you do and remind yourself that how Beachbody played into that. So I have a great example. I have a coach named Brittany. She's a diamond, and she shared how she was able to take some of her first money from her paycheck and buy a new patio furniture set for her apartment. She had plenty of people ask her about that. So she shared, okay, guys, I've been doing this Beachbody thing and I was able to treat myself with patio furniture. Now, you don't have to always talk about what you were treating yourself with, but you can talk about the small changes in your life that's happening along the way. I make sure to always share how Beachbody coaching is changing my family's life in a very subtle way, almost weekly. And I use my Facebook personal page, like page, and my Instagram as a blog. I personally stink at blogging. It's not my thing. So if any of you are wondering, okay, does she get people from blogging? No, I don't. I get people strictly from my personal page and my like page on my Instagram. But I like the social media platforms that I use because they're fun. I can see people share and like my stuff. I can get creative with photos. So I enjoy it. But yes. So here's an example I'm using of subtly talking about how Beachbody has changed my life. So I'm not going to read the whole thing and it's hard to see, but I just said, 3 years ago my life didn't look like this. We were living paycheck to paycheck. I was working in a dark office. My family was not making it. We could not afford simple things like diapers and gasoline and paying bills. And I talk about this being my office in Texas. I get to lay on a hammock and do my personal development and work on my computer out on my deck and watch the sunrise and the sunset. And something I am very, very thankful for and blessed to say that this is because of Beachbody. Nowhere in this post do I say, join my team, now's the time, it's time to get signed up, I have an internship coming up, it's time to get going. I don't do posts like that every week. I do them once a month or twice a month. But I do posts like this once or twice a week. Now, it doesn't have to be anything grand like this. It can be something small. Like if you and your family were out to lunch and and say you're fortunate enough that Beachbody has allowed you to be a stay-at-home mom. So if you're out with your kiddo at lunch, remind yourself, tell yourself, I could be at work right now. I could be missing out on this very moment. And you can make a post, a picture of you and your toddler saying, life is grand. I can't believe that I have the opportunity to be a stay-at-home mom and be here for my kids. Or say your kiddo is sick and you didn't have to call out of work. You didn't have to rush them around and get a babysitter, make them go to daycare even if they're sick. Because and say you were able to stay home with your kiddo because of Beachbody. If anything like that happens, post about it. Post about it. Or say you just got off a team call and you feel epically inspired and motivated by your team and your upline and your downline, and you just came away from it feeling so fulfilled. Share about that. Say you are just got a message from your challenger saying that they all lost 5 pounds. They had just turned in their measurements, and you just calculated that the total poundage loss was 50 pounds. Share that. Share what that experience for you was like. Because I know I got into this business for that reason, to pay it forward and to watch other people feel the experience I felt, having my confidence come back, starting to lose weight, starting to have more energy. Every time that moment happens where I get a message, Anita, I lost this amount of weight, I just take a screenshot of that picture and I make a big hoopla post about how amazing my business and my job is. Because that's why I got started in this, and that's the biggest payoff for me, not the income. And so I find more success in recruiting coaches when I talk about that benefit, not so much the financial benefit. Although it's fun sometimes to share the financial benefit, especially as a newer coach. But more people relate to when I say I changed somebody's life. Or say somebody posted up a before and after picture on your team page or in a challenge group. Share that. Say you just recruited 3 people to your team. Welcome them on your news feed and say how much you love welcoming new coaches to your team. Say somebody rank advanced or hit Success Club. Share that on your news feed. Make a big deal about it. Tag them in the post so their friends and family see that they've achieved success. Say you find out 3 days early that a coach on your team went diamond. Congratulate them on their news feed. Do something every day where you are including your team and how Beachbody has affected your life. Get creative with it. And again, it doesn't need to be these big grand things like, oh, I just hit Millionaires Club. No, it doesn't. You don't have to be a millionaire. You don't even have to be a $500 heir. You don't have to be a penny heir. If something fun and cool happened to you and changed your day, share about how Beachbody was related to that. And do it frequently. And I really mean frequently. People really underestimate how much I actually post about these things. I probably would. There was a point in the year, this year so far, I've done it. I did something where I mentioned Beachbody coaching every single day. In some capacity where it wasn't aggravating or annoying to people, like I would say, something about my coaches, something about their successes. Find something that inspires you and share. And so this is called planting seeds. Or if you've ever read the book Jab, 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 Right Hook, these are jabs. These are depositing information into people's brains. But you got to do it often because not everybody's online at the same time. And not everybody gets online every day. But you want people seeing this stuff. So this post right here got 150 or 200 likes. But I have 5,000 friends. So maybe 4,800 people didn't see the post. So I better do something similar pretty soon to get the attention of the other 4,800 people. So also play with timing on these posts. Evening, nap time for kids, Sunday night, Sunday afternoon, Saturday afternoon. Play with timing to see what works for you and what where you're seeing the most likes and shares and things like that. There's no There's no way I can tell you the perfect timing because that really depends on the type of following you have. But chances are, if you're a working mom or a stay-at-home mom, it's usually nap time, breakfast, or after the kids are in bed at night. So there's that. So planting seeds. Now you've given. So you've given value, you've shared about your journey, you've shared about the fitness aspect of things, you've planted seeds, and now it's time to get more obvious, okay? It's time to be obvious. So when I say obvious, these are your right hook posts. These are the posts where people go, okay, she's planted enough seeds, she's given enough value, she's shared enough, heard her story a million times over again. Now she has an internship, and maybe it's time I join. So I post about my internship, and I post about, and I'll come back to these posts so you can get more an idea, my coach open house, and I post about my team opportunity webinar, and I post about how I'm hiring, help wanted. And here's a picture of my coach who does the same thing, who I've duplicated. Thank God for her. I had somebody to duplicate. And then another coach on our team who had a cute post too. So let's go back to this. I'm going to break down for you guys exactly what I promote throughout the month, how I promote it, and when I promote it. I have a video on my YouTube called Strategically Planning Your Month as a Beachbody Coach. It talks about when to place a clean eating group and when to promote it. A free one, when to promote an internship, when to promote an open house, when to promote a challenge group, when to promote an opportunity webinar, and when to do one. So you can find that there, but I will quickly run through recruiting posts and when and where I do them and how. So at the top of every month, on the first of every month, I host a new coach internship. It's the Coach Basics, so don't get intimidated by that. I just use Coach Basics. So the week before, so the end of, say, this week actually would be perfect. This Thursday would be perfect for me to start to promote my new coach internship. And then I start it on the first of the month. So this just gives me an opportunity to something in my business to talk about and to share with people and to promote. Sometimes this falls on deaf ears, guys. Sometimes I don't get anybody from this, but it just plants more seeds. It just gets me in front of more people, and eventually people will say yes. Seriously, 9 times out of 10, the people that do end up saying yes saw this post 3 months before, and it took them 2 months to decide, and then a month to grow the guts to reach out and start. So if you post something like this and you get knocked down, nobody wants to join, and you've done it twice, you've done it 3 times, do it a 4th time. That may be the time where 3 or 4 people are ready to go. They're ready to join. Same thing goes with the other tactics I'm going to share with you. These are just tools I use to get in front of people. They don't necessarily actually get people signed up. They're just tools where I know at this point in the month it's time to promote a new coach internship and get in people's heads. So eventually when they're ready to join, they know I'm open for business. You can come to me at any point to sign up, and you can join and do this with me. Okay, so top of the month, new coach internship, help wanted. I do it, promote this at the end of the month. I go through, really importantly, this is very, very key, I go through what they're going to get from me. I'm not going to tell them what I want from them. I'm going to tell them what they're going to get from me. They're going to get one-on-one mentoring, team group calls and trainings, duplicable systems at your fingertips, all of our team scripts, systems, and social media tactics. I'm looking for women who are motivated and eager to change people's lives. So the psychology behind this is really just planting seeds, getting in front of people, dropping a hint, being in their face consistently, no matter what, the same time every month. I never miss this post. Never. Even if it doesn't bring me people, it will bring me people in the next month. I learned that getting started as a coach. I did this 3 times, this exact kind of post. It looked more like this, okay? I did this 3 or 4 times. I got nobody. But the 4th time, the 5th time I did it, I signed up 10, 15 coaches. So never give up on this tactic. Get in front of people. So you can get a piece of paper and go on pickmonkey.com and just sit in front, just hold the piece of paper out in front of your computer. It doesn't have to look professional like this. You can actually just do that. This was November 17th, 2014. I did a post like this and it looks like I'm a new coach, right? Well, I was already a top 10 coach at this point and a 10-star diamond. And I still went back to doing posts that were like newer, not professional, because it doesn't need to be. Professional posts like this intimidate people. I don't make it look exactly like this all the time. Very often I feel more comfortable doing it like this. And just like my upline sponsor, Leslie, who's a 12-star diamond, and 2-time elite coach, she does it on paper too. Not professional. So it doesn't need to be professional. It just needs to happen, guys. Just do it. So the next thing I promote is my team open house. So I always run an open house somewhere in the middle of the month, and the week before the middle of the month, I start promoting it, just like I do my internship. So basically, guys, each week at this point, I have something that I am promoting that's business oriented. Even if I get 5 or 6 people joined, it's still dropping hints on my social media, giving me an opportunity, something that's not awkward, to talk about coaching. It's just giving me a voice and a vehicle to talk about coaching. And then I get 5 or 6 people, and my coaches on my team start adding 5 or 6 people, and maybe we all add a coach. That's 20 to 100 coaches added to our team just from this. It's a great, great tool. It gives everybody on the team something to talk about. You really want to have a scheduled something to chat about on your social media and give people reason to take action every week. That's what I do. Every week there's something to give somebody a reason to take action. So this one is an open house, and I do it somewhere in the middle of the month, and I run it the week after. And in this open house, I share information about coaching. I make videos, and I have some of my diamond coaches create videos themselves and share how Beachbody coaching has affected and changed their life. I have them share it into, or ask them to give it to me. And actually, my diamonds all, I ask them all to create their own open house and do their own. So this is a very duplicable thing to do. And so we promote it as a team, and we do it no matter what every month. So the next thing I promote, usually at the beginning of the month or sometime during the week of the open house, so that people that in the open house can jump on, I host an opportunity webinar once a month. In this opportunity webinar, you can do a phone call. You can go to freeconferencecall.com and sign up for a free account. But I host a webinar, and you can do it during nap time, lunchtime, or evening time. And I go through what coaching is all about and how it has affected me and how it has affected my coaches. The key to this, though, if you're a new diamond, you don't necessarily have to go create your own webinar. You can use your upline sponsor or your Star Diamond upline sponsor or Star Diamond coach, their webinar or phone call to use as another tool for people to take action and sign up as a coach. But I suggest at this point, being a leader, if you really want to go to that Star Diamond level and add leaders to your team, you need to act like a leader. Perhaps it might be time to flee the coop or the nest, fly away from the nest and create your own tool. So maybe a call at first. And you can ask your upline sponsor what script they use for their call or what webinar they use for their webinar. I know we have one in the back office. I think it's available to everybody at this point. A new coach webinar that you can use as well and make it your own. Again, guys, this isn't so much, you're not so much going to sign up people right away from this. This is just another right hook, another thing to use to talk about Beachbody and attract people to your business. And it looks like you mean business. Make sure these posts that you're creating look nice. that there's something attractive about the post. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to kind of get people to take action and to take notice. And these help wanted posts are great too. If you're looking for just another recruitment tactic on top of the new coach training, the open house, if you're looking for something like just looking to sign up some coaches this week, maybe you need to fill a week with one of these type of posts. This is a great one. Part-time help wanted, help wanted, help wanted. I mean, it's a cute post. It does say this is not a job. This is a business opportunity, but it gets people's attention. So all the while, you're doing these posts every week, and they're scheduled, because if you are a leader, you are scheduling out your posts. You're planning your month. You know what you're going to use your plan of attack is. You know what you're going to do. So all the while, though, you need to be still posting about your life, about your challenge groups, about your fitness, about being a product. And to step away, guys, at this point as a leader, to step away from Pinterest posts. Again, I feel that I have a lot of strength in recruiting because I almost never post about or from something or somewhere else. I post my own stuff. I create my own things. If I want to talk about makeup, I don't post a picture of the makeup. I post a picture of me using the makeup or with the makeup on. If I'm going to post about fitness, I'm not going to post about somebody else doing a push-up. I am going to do the push-up. This is my business. We're building the me and you brand. We're building our own brand. So you need to remember that if you want to recruit people onto this business opportunity that you can help people succeed with, they need to see you in front of the camera. They need to see you taking action and leading by example. I see way too many coaches post Pinterest stock photos and sharing other coaches' stuff. You can't do that anymore at this point. You have to share your own stuff, your own journey. And it needs to happen consistently. 3 to 4 times a day, that's a lot, but that's what it takes to get in front of people's eyes and show up daily. So I'm trying to think if I've covered everything. Most of my coaches, if you ask, I haven't looked lately. I think I have nearly 300 personally sponsored coaches. If you ask them, what about me? Why did they join my team? If you say, why did you join Anita Miron? Why did you trust her as your upline sponsor? And 9 times out of 10, the answer is because Anita, she posted about her journey. She was inspiring me to take action because I could see that she could do it. She was doing it. And because she could do it, I could do it too. But if you're constantly posting e-cards and sharing other people's posts, you start to leave the picture. So you need to always be in the picture. Also, guys, when you are talking to people and you're signing them up for a challenge group, I always present the opportunity in some way. I drop a nugget. I say, just so you know, for the future, there's an opportunity with this. You can actually sign up as a coach because you're buying a challenge pack. You can actually sign up as a coach at no additional cost. Take advantage of an incredible discount because that's a great value for everybody. And you can earn 25% commission in case you inspire somebody along the way through your weight loss journey. This is something to consider. Most of the time, guys, people say to me, can I learn more about coaching? And then I say, okay, great. Let me share with you a webinar that I have recorded that I can share with you to talk to you a little bit more about coaching. So there is another way, because I just kind of dropped a hint like, hey, there's this way that you can earn extra money or a side income. There's this way that you can get a discount. Would you like to learn more after you get signed up as a coach or as a challenger? So that I always talk about that. I always mention that. And then if they say no, fine. I still drop the hint in the challenge group. A lot of coaches say I'm not a big retailer. I don't like to retail. I don't like to sell challenge packs. I don't like to sign up challengers. Well, if you want to be a great recruiter, you need to be focusing on how to be a better retailer, because retail, that's where you find your best coaches, helping people in a great challenge. So at this point, as a new leader and as somebody who wants to become a stronger leader, 80-20 rule. If you're a brand new diamond and you don't have anybody beneath you work as an emerald other than your husband and your mom, then it's a 90-10 rule, or 100% working on your own business. But you need to be doing 80% of your time learning how to be a good retailer and recruiter, and how to become better at getting more people involved on your social media, on studying how social media and Facebook works, and attracting more people and talking to more people and inviting more people. And then the 20%, at this point in your business, really should be focusing on your coaches. Now, if you're somebody who's a 15-star diamond, totally different. You have so many leaders beneath you that a lot of your time is spent answering questions and supporting people, but you never want to completely walk away from building and working on recruiting as well. At that point, 5-star to 15-star, you really want to start focusing on turning to 70-30 or 60-40. But as a new diamond, all the way up to 5-star, you don't want to take your foot off the pedal of recruiting. I'm in my second year in the ranked in the elite top 10. I'm a 12-star diamond. I still am 80-20. I still put 80% into building my team because I'm not done building it. I'm still adding. I love to add and build and bring on new coaches, and I don't feel like I'm ready to pull back from that yet. So just know that's you want to not get complacent with who you already have, because really a lot of it comes down to as well being in the trenches and leading by example. So it's not enough to just tell your coaches what to do and to give them advice. You got to be out there doing it too, so they can see, okay, she's out there doing it, I need to do it too. So like, for example, I did a bikini competition. And I saw my coach. She was off season. She wasn't competing. And she showed us a picture of her groceries. And it was still clean. It was chicken, and it was broccoli, and it was sweet potato, and it was rice and fruit. And I was like, that's cool. Because she is still leading by example. She's still living the lifestyle that she preaches. She's not over here telling me to do something and not doing it herself. She's not trying to get me to do all these big grand things and she's not doing it herself. She's not showing up and doing her very best. Or she's doing her best, so I'm going to do my best. And I would always go in and check her page. Okay, what is this person? What is she up to today? I want to see what groceries she's buying. And the moment I see a cheat meal in the middle of the week, I ask her about it. I'm like, wait. What are you doing? I don't get it. So if your coach sees you not recruiting, not posting about challenge groups, not talking to people, not inviting, not hitting Success Club, not rank advancing, they're going to ask you. They're going to ask you, what are you doing? Why are you expecting me to do all this stuff, but you're not doing it? So you really have to lead by example. That's the best way to lead. Not by telling, but by doing and representing and sharing. That's why I keep going, because I want my coaches to see that I'm paving the way, that it's possible, that they can do this, and I'm leading by example. So when they go to my newsfeed, they know Anita is showing up daily and doing what she preaches. All right, guys. I don't know if we have an area to do questions. I guess what we can do is you guys can ask questions in the YouTube link, our YouTube post below in the Bring the Bling group, and I can bring it up. Let's see if I can answer any questions. Hold on. Questions can be asked, comments on YouTube. Perfect. Now if only I could see the YouTube. Lauren, would you be able to like copy and paste the questions to me? Is it on your YouTube page? Let's see. Now bring up the Bling to Bling group. Okay, just a sec. Wow, we had 70 people on and back to 60. I guess everyone's like, bedtime. Oh, yeah, because it's like 10 o'clock in Eastern Standard Time, and I am in Texas. Woo-hoo. Guys, feel free to get on my Facebook and just look how I post. You can scroll for days, and you'll see that I am practicing what I preach. Yeah, my Facebook is not bringing, I don't know if it's like frozen. Stay, bring the bling. All right, here we go. I found it. 73. Okay. I'm coming. I'm coming. Ah. I'm so excited with how many dang people are on and who are just eager and excited to learn. Like, this really pumps me up. This makes my day. Okay. Here we go. Questions. It froze. It's still going. It's not over. Refreshed it. What is a new coach open house? Okay. A new coach open house is just a Facebook group you create, and you basically every day you share a nugget about Beachbody coaching, and you can ask the leaders on your team to make a video about how Beachbody has changed their life so that you have real testimonies to share as well. So I currently do an open house, but I also put fitness and cleaning into the open house. I would be happy to share some of those posts that I use about my open house. And I'm sure Carly, your upline sponsor or your Star Diamond upline sponsor, has an open house format. I am like 90% sure. I'm looking for mutual friends. Casey Thompson. Usually team open houses are where, okay. Any questions? Is all of the resources for running open houses, webinars, etc. in the back office? Lex, no. TIEcoaches.com. Go to more, click on free clean eating posts. All of my resources are there for posting for an open house. And Lex, you're on my team. You can invite to my open house, and you can join that open house, and you can learn how to run your own by being a part of mine. That's super cool. Is there a strategy to these open houses? Just, be authentic, be real, share your story, share people's stories about, on your team, share the facts about coaching, share how to get involved, what coaching is, share the Beachbody, what is Beachbody coaching video. I shared a video of me just talking in my car with my daughter screaming in the background going, anybody can be a coach. So how, just basically what you do every day as a coach. Seriously, I have to get organized and take more advantage of challenge groups. Yes, you do. They are the foundation, the bread and butter, the lifeline, the blood, the oil to my car, the oxygen in my lungs. They are how my business is operated and ran. So I was talking to some coaches who've been around for a while, who have a very established organization, and they said to me, I don't run challenge groups anymore. And I'm like, Oh man, I run like 2 a month. Okay, with being a brand new coach, what's the best advice for getting that first coach signed up? Oh, Whitney, if you are a brand spanking new coach, this may not be the group for you. This may not be the group for you. Are you asking how to help your coach get their first coach signed up? To get your first coach signed up, really, it comes down to challenge groups. Talking to your challengers about the opportunity because they've already had an experience with the challenge group. The best coaches come from challenge groups because they understand how to speak about Beachbody coaching and how to speak about Beachbody challenge groups. So you're not getting somebody to start understanding the Beachbody culture from out of nowhere. They get the Beachbody culture because they lived it with you for a few weeks. So they understand what a challenge pack is because they bought one. They understand what a challenge group is because they were in one. So for you to go train them on challenge groups and challenge packs, it's very easy. So you want to approach people, you want to recruit for the challenge and then talk to your challengers about the coaching opportunity. You could even, heck, you really want to sign a coach right away, hubby, sissy, husband, or hubby, sis, mom, brother, neighbor, best friend, whoever. As for the discount, would you host even if you have just one person or wait for upline coach to do it? I would wait for your upline coach to do it because you want them getting plugged into a culture of people asking questions. You want them to see the excitement and the opportunity and the energy of other people. If it's just you and that person, no point in having a group. Just have a one-on-one conversation. But get them added to my open house, or Lex, you're on my team. But if you're not on my team, get them involved in your upline, start them in upline open house. Because it's all about the culture, the vibe of the group, people getting involved with other people. People like to be a part of something. So they're being added to something that it makes them feel like they're a part of something. Okay, no other questions? Good, because it's 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 9 p.m. Central. I'm ready to drink some tea and go to bed. I'll wait just a second. For any more. Any more. Okay. Have a great night, guys. I really hope that this helped. This is the first time I've actually done a training like this, just talking about recruiting, because normally I kind of add it into talking about how to get challengers, because I don't like to talk about just straight up recruiting, because it's so important to do it the right way. It's so important to do it with quality. Approaching challengers who have an experience with you in the Beachbody culture and getting plugged in first. Some people are going to be attracted to you to work the business because they've seen your business growth and they've had experience with P90X or TurboFire or Insanity, and they just kind of get it, so they'll approach you. And those are great coaches too. I have a coach who will be Diamond this week who's been a coach for 64 days, and she joined because she had done PIO, and she'd been watching my posts over a year. I just kept posting about opportunity, and she just kept watching, and finally she said, I'm ready, and she is Diamond this week. That's cool. That's what you're going for, is consistently showing up. Woo-hoo. Okay, see you guys in Cancun. Have a great week. Happy recruiting. Happy Success Club hunting. It's March 24th. We've got 7 days. You can do this. Don't give up until midnight. Bye, guys.